readable pages. So it's going to be 10 total. It will be 10 slides total, but 8 readable pages. You will also have a front cover and a back cover, okay? Your front cover is going to have a picture of some sort, the title of your story, and then the author's names. Then you'll have your 8 readable pages, and then your back cover will have a 5-sentence summary of your story, okay? You will have at least, and these are the minimum requirements. You can have more than this, but these are minimum requirements. At least 5 pictures throughout your book. It's a children's book, so they need to see pictures to keep them interested. They need to take up at least half of the page, and 20 lines of text throughout the entire story, which sounds like a lot, but it will be really easy, and I'm going to show you an example here momentarily. I've already covered your front title. Your front cover. I want you, as you're writing this, to keep your audience in mind. So I would like you to use vocabulary that we learned, like prospector, for example. We learned about the gold prospector. But a second grader might not know what that is. So you need to be able to introduce it in a way that tells them what it is, okay? And it's going to be due. We do not have school on Friday, but I am going to allow you to turn it in until Friday. So if it's Friday at midnight, then that's fine, okay? So you can turn it in all the way until Friday before I start counting points off. Now, you may work with one other person. Don't ask me to work with 2 other people because that's not going to happen. You may work with one other person, or you may work by yourself. It's completely up to you, however you want to do it. If you work with one other person, you need to make sure both of you have the information on your computers, because if I'm working with Jesse and then Jesse doesn't come to school tomorrow and I say, oh, my partner's not here, it's due Friday still. It doesn't matter if your partner's here or not, okay? Also, if I'm working with Jesse and Jesse decides he's not going to do anything and I'm doing everything, then there might be a hindrance on our friendship at the end of this project, okay? So I want you to make sure that you choose wisely if you do decide to work with somebody else.
Are you saying
I'm going to show you a few examples of this. Now, the Trail of Tears is not one of the things you're doing. That's why I'm using it as an example. We've talked about the Trail of Tears back a long time ago. This is not part of Westward Expansion, okay? So do not start talking about how you're doing the Trail of Tears. You're doing the Trails West, which was your Mormon, Oregon, California, Santa Fe trails, okay? Front cover, this is an example of an appropriate front cover. You have a picture, you have a title, and you have your authors, okay? That's appropriate. Then an appropriate example of a page in your book. You have a picture that takes up half the page, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines of text on that page alone. You have to have 20 throughout your whole thing. Okay?
20 lines?
20 lines. So you'll probably have more than that because you're covering all 4 aspects of Westward Expansion. All right? I want you to be creative with this. I want you to really put your own twist on it. You're basically making a historical fiction piece. So you're thinking about the historical facts, the 4 things that we talked about with Westward Expansion, but you're using that fiction to kind of get elementary age students engaged in it and be able to learn about it as well. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, Mariah.
Can we use cartoon characters that already exist?
I would really prefer you not do that. I would much rather you create your own, but if you're just completely stumped, then I'd be okay with that, I guess.
So are you supposed to copy and paste pictures on each piece of paper?
You can create your own, yeah. You're going to create your own. So like, if you want a tree in there, you put a tree in there. If you want mountains in there, you put mountains in there. You're going to create your own. I don't want you copying and pasting a bunch of pictures on there. I want you creating your own.
You're supposed to draw them on there?
You don't have to draw it. No, you can use clip art or whatever. Dylan? Shocking.
Which one? Do you want to give what?
What, baby?
What kind of documents?
PowerPoint or flip chart? Connor, do you have a question?
No.
Any other questions?
Can I work?
So everyone understands. I want you to make sure that you understand that you're using all 4 concepts of westward expansion. So at some point when I read your story, I should be able to see something about one of the trails west. I should be able to see something about the Texas Revolution, the Alamo, Davy Crockett, whatever. Something about the Mexican-American War, and something about the California Gold Rush. However you want to spin it, you're more than welcome to do, but I should see all 4 of those concepts in your book, okay?
Okay.
Questions?
No.
Okay, there are 2 documents on your Word document at the bottom. There is a brainstorm page, and then there is a storyboard page. You do not have to use those. That's a tool for you to use if you choose to, but that will not be a grade, okay? So if you want to use that, that's a good place to brainstorm or put together your book before you actually do the big thing, but you are not required to do that.